Allen Pals. It's the Allen Pals show. Where we lock and load. Come on. It's the Allen Pals show. Where we lock and load. Come on. It's the Allen Pals show. Where we lock and load. It's the Allen Pals show. Where we lock and load. Come on. Where we lock and load. Allen Pals. It's the Allen Pals show. Where we lock and load. Come on. It's the Allen Pals show. Where we lock and load. Come on. It's the Allen Pals show. Where we lock and load. It's the Allen Pals show. Where we lock and load. Come on. Thank y'all for another edition of the Allen Powell Show. A lot to discuss, a lot going on. Week 3 of the NFL is finished. We will be going around the NFL. Cowboys lose again at the crib. Vikings blow out the Texans. Seahawks are 3-0 as well. We didn't discuss them last week. We will discuss them this week. But we want to get right into the Chicago Bears talk. I did an immediate reaction show right after the game, but I didn't have my guys with me. So Brian and Vic, thank y'all for coming on.
Appreciate you having me, bro. Always a pleasure, bro.
Yes, sir. This is the time where I get a chance to hear what y'all had to think. I was very upset in the game and let off some steam. Y'all, a few days removed from that loss. What did y'all think about the Bears' loss to the Colts 21-16? Brian, I'm coming to you first, man. After watching that game and everything that you've seen, a winnable game for sure, but they lose it the way that they lost it. What was your thoughts on that game?
My thoughts was just, man, again, the same similar feeling from the previous weeks, just bad O-line play, questionable play calling, and just lack of effort on the offensive, lack of toughness and grit on the offensive side of the ball. Sometimes I just, you just gotta dig deep and make a play. And I just feel like those guys from, those 5 guys on the offensive line, the running backs, and even Caleb struggle with that. It was bad football to watch on the offensive side of the ball. Defense still did their thing. Yeah, they gave up some plays, but the cover 2, it bends and doesn't break. So I'm still pleased with that, and I think if they keep playing that way, they can hold us in contention for whatever, a wild card. They can hold out hope, but the offense has to catch up. And I think maybe Waldron needs to go back to some of that USC tape and see what worked for Caleb, and maybe put some of that stuff into the game plan, because what he's doing right now isn't working.
When you talked about play calling, I was highly upset with that fourth and goal call with the read option toss, whatever that was.
Come on, man.
Vic, I know that you was upset. Give me your thoughts about the game.
Yeah, bro, it was just similar frustration, bro, all over again. It's like I was watching. It's like I was watching the same game again. It was just a different team, bro. It's like I even saw the coaches try to scheme up plays where the offensive line's getting chipped from the tight end, but the tight end wind up having to be out there blocking solo on the guy and get beat. He's supposed to be chipping, not blocking the guy by himself. Waldron has to realize his personnel and put in the right position to make plays. There have definitely been some questionable play calling, but it's so hard for him to call plays though, bro, when he calls a simple trap run, bro, and the running back is getting constantly blew up in the backfield. He this is a simple play. We can't even get 1 or 2 yards. Now we got to throw the ball 52 times with a quarterback. He's been kind of put in a bad too, Shane Waldron. Bro, it's yes, he's made some very questionable calls or some stuff that you just don't do like that what y'all mentioned. But I just also he's calling the plays to the personnel that he have, bro, and it's just bad right now.
I'm gonna push back a little bit, man. I hear what you're saying, and those are all valid points. But when I look at the LA Rams, bro, they ain't got their wide receivers. I think they got some injuries on the O-line, and they still find a way to beat a 49er team. And it's just man, because they know the personnel they have, the injuries that they have, he calls a certain game plan. based on what he has. And it's like, bro, I'm not. I think he can do better. He can do better. Now, maybe it's levels to this. Maybe it's levels to play calling, coaching. Sean McVay, to me, bro, is elite in what he's getting out of his team when you got injuries. Cooper Cup and Puka Nacua is out. They got Tutu Atwell, DeMarcus Robinson, some third and fourth receivers, and they come back and beat a 49er team. Like, bro, I'm not trying to. The Bears have enough. The Bears have enough to be better. And like you say, to your point, when he got Cole Kmet blocking 1-on-1, that's terrible. He shouldn't. First of all, he shouldn't have to, bro. It should be chipping. It should be chipping, and the O line should be able to finish the job when you get helping from chipping tight end. The tight end shouldn't have to block the whole way. It should be a chip. Let me go out for a route. That's what it should be. Not I gotta block him 1-on-1 with a tight end. Like that's ridiculous. We got Raphael Allen checking in. Says stop. It's 3 games. He needs better calling, a better line. He is the best QB in the draft. Listen, thank you for the comment. And listen, it's 3 games. It's 3 games. But we look on the other end, and we look at Jayden Daniels and Justin Fields, quarterbacks that we could have had. I mean, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. He says he needs better calling, a better line. Listen, the line is terrible, bro. Like y'all said, Braxton Jones is getting pushed in the backfield on a regular basis, and then the center play is terrible, and so we have all those dynamics. But let me ask y'all this: who's to blame for the Bears' offensive woes? Because, like you say, Vic, you say the organization have a stigma of not being able to develop quarterbacks, right? And so we looking at this: Caleb Williams, Justin Fields, Mitch Trubisky. The list goes on and on. We have not been able to develop a quarterback, and to me, it's starting to look organizational when you look at Jayden Daniels, and it looks like he's going to be the truth. Who's to blame for what's going on? Is it the O-line? Is it Caleb? Is it the organization? Is it Poles? Who's to blame for the Bears, Vic? Let me come to you first.
I mean, Caleb is a rookie, bro. I mean, he's made some bad throws. He's going to grow from that. I'm not even worried about that. Caleb's going to be better. Even with this offensive line, he's going to be better. He made some bad throws. He made some rookie mistakes, which is to be expected. But the lack of protection on that offensive line, bro, goes back to Ryan Poles, bro. It goes back to the GM because he's made so many moves and he had opportunities, bro, with premium draft picks that he's throwing around to show up this O-line. You go out and you get the wide receivers. That is great. That is great. It's good to have multiple weapons on offense. I get it. But they showed you that they can be explosive without a Keenan Allen. This Sunday, there was some explosive plays by Roma Dunze. Roma Dunze was looking like a veteran out there playing. And this is not saying that I have a problem with Keenan Allen. I'm just saying I'm looking at how the team is built. And you're not going to be able to take full advantage of this weaponry if you can't give your quarterback 3 seconds or more to throw the ball. You just can't. Like, it is just like, seriously, like 1, 2, 3, and Braxton Jones is in Caleb's lap, bro. It's like, it's crazy. It's like 1, 2, 3, he's in his lap.
Yeah.
Then the commentator like Greg Olsen, those guys were like, well, man, you know, his footwork ain't right on those plays, and it ain't gonna be right. It's not gonna be. He can't step until he throws. His footwork can't be right when he's gonna bump into his old lineman throwing the ball.
I wanna address this. Raphael Allen said 2.9 seconds to pass the ball. Patrick Mahomes couldn't do nothing at 3 seconds. Hey, I agree with that, but also going back to Sean McVay and the Rams, I watched one game, the whole game, but I've watched them knowing what they have. He called a different ball game based on the personnel that he had and based on the defense he was playing against. They was calling quick plays because they couldn't protect nobody at the time. So it's like, bro, if you don't have the time, then you have to adjust your playbook. That's play calling. I mean, you got to do what you got to do at this point, man. If you don't have the personnel, you have to change your play call. Brian, who's to blame for the Bears' offensive woes?
So first and foremost, I'm gonna put it on the organization. I think this has been a problem for decades. You know, we don't. How many Bears offensive linemen are in the Hall of Fame? You know, how many of them have been Pro Bowls or all pros? So this thing has been going on a long time. Before I put it on polls, I'm adamant that I'm blaming Ryan Pace. I'm blaming the guy before him. I just feel like there should have been somebody in the building from one of these previous regimes that's a veteran starter on that offensive line, on that defensive line, in that secondary. Just like how we was able to do with Jalen Johnson and Cole Kmet, there should have been other pieces from these other general managers that could have stuck it through to the new regime. I know we drafted some good ones. I remember the guy Jayden Daniels. I never understood why we let him go because he's still in the league, still performing, but he should be in Chicago. I'm just saying it's things like that that we don't have. And as for polls, I can blame him for overestimating what he had. You know, he didn't have a contingency plan for this line. And there's no practice squad guy that we've been hearing about for the last two off seasons. You know, there's no competition on that offensive line, and he did himself a disservice by not adding as many bodies in this building to fight for these jobs and made the best man win. And so I'm gonna go organization first, and Ryan Poles comes in because there were things that he could have did to address it, and he chose not to. Like if you think about it as well, when we were having this conversation, what should the Bears do with the first pick? You know, I remember there was a time I said keep Fields, draft Marvin Harrison, flip that pick, and
Yeah.
get some things. You know, so when they made the decision to go the other way, here you go. You know, you build it from the outside in, and you know all the great organizations start from the line and work their way out. So again, the organization, then Ryan Poles because he's running the show.
I'm gonna get to Mike in a second. I'm blaming Poles as well because listen, Poles played in the league. He's an offensive lineman. He was an offensive lineman. He's like, bro, that should be your specialty. You were an offensive lineman in the league. You came from Kansas City where they just paid their center, and you came from that pedigree. Like, offensive line should be your pedigree. But Vic made some points in previous shows. Braxton Jones was a fifth round pick for a reason, and then you get these journeyman centers. It's like he drafted Darnell Wright, cool, but you have not done anything else as far as addressing the offensive line. Mike, I want to bring you in uh, as an outsider. We all emotional Bear fans right now, frustrated Bear fans right now. You from the outside looking in, everything's kosher in Kansas City. Y'all 3-0. You're living the life. You got big smiles on your face. But if you're watching the Bears, man, who's to blame for what's going on with the Bears?
Yeah, first off, I appreciate you having me on again. Sorry I was late, at football practice with my son.
Yeah,
On the outside looking in, I mean, I agree with everything y'all been saying, man. I think it's I'm gonna have to put a little blame on Iberflus too. Put a little blame on him, but it starts with Post because he got to hire the guys in, right?
yeah,
But yeah, the offensive line, man, it's been bad for a long time since I've been here. It's just been bad, and then it's hard for y'all to score points. You got to be able to score points in this league, and they doing the defense a disservice because the defense out there playing, what I'm saying, playing their butts off,
right.
and what I'm saying, they got to be able to help the defense out and put some points on the board. Now I just looked at his stats because I was actually in Atlanta at the Chiefs game, so I
Hmm.
really too much of the games.
Right.
I see Caleb had what 360?
Yeah, yeah, but he threw 50 times.
Did he
Over.
have like 360? But he had two picks, right?
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks, and he threw over 50 times. So that's rough. That's
Yeah,
rough.
yeah. It was like 50, 53 times. So that's a lot. That's
Yeah,
that's a high volume.
yeah.
But
Uh,
yeah, I would have to put it all ultimately on Pose because like you said, man, they trying to draft these guys, what I'm saying, that are late round picks and trying to develop them. Like you said, bro, like, man, you should hear somebody on your practice squad, like, man, this guy, man, we bring him up. He a dog. Like,
yeah.
they ain't done none of that.
No, no. It's not translating. I want to get to a few comments. Raphael Allen says, "Al, I agree. We hired the wrong offensive coordinator. Also, is that a possibility? Did we hire the wrong OC from Shane Waldron is a veteran OC from Seattle. where he changed Geno Smith's career. What he did in Seattle. Did we hire the wrong offensive coordinator?
Nah, bro, because there's been opportunity to put points on the board. There's been opportunity to score big points. We just haven't got it done because of personnel. But the right plays have been called, in my opinion. There's been so many opportunities for the Bears to come away with 3 or 7 points, and they come away with nothing because it's a sack or a false start or holding. Like they have been like, think about this. They was in the Indianapolis red zone like what 4 times. They only scored 3. I mean 2. A field goal and a touchdown, 2 field goals, something like they're leaving points on the board. The opportunity is there for them to score.
But
Like
besides,
he has made some bad calls. Yes, that's why I say I'm gonna hold him to that. He has made some bad calls like that. That was just like that's gonna be stuck in our head for a long time unless we get on the roll and start winning and we can forget about them. But right now that's just gonna resonate because that's the difference in the game right there. We score 7 right there, we win the game.
yeah. That's that 4th and goal call. That's gonna stick. That's gonna stick.
There's like a picture that I took of the offensive line, bro, on that play.
Yeah.
All 4 of them on the line, and the tight end that he had chipping was about to fall down too. It was one guy up, and he wasn't blocking anybody.
Yeah. Black Butterfly Pod on Facebook says, "How can you blame Poles? The GM's job is to get the talent. He got too much talent. Washington O-line before the season was rated 27th. Ours is rated 12th. How are they protecting their QB when they not protecting ours? It's the scheme, coaching. Well, the GM got to play a part in that too because he brought Shane Waldron in too. So at the end of the day, Poles gonna take some blame. Like whether it's the players, whether it's coaching, he had a hand in all of it. So Poles going to get some blame, brother. So that's how I'm going to blame Poles. He says he was number 2 in rushing last year. We got same line outside of center. We now are last in the NFL. It's coaching. Well, listen, I don't know who the O-line coach is for the Bears right now, but we know Shane Waldron's name. We know Ryan Poles' name, and so we got to find out who the O-line coach is. Brian, I'm gonna ask you: do you think that we hired that wrong offense coordinator?
I don't because of where he came from with the McVay ties and having some connections with Carroll over there in Seattle. So I
Yeah,
don't think we hired the wrong coach necessarily, but if I had okay, now we hindsight is 2020. So why didn't we hire Cliff Kingsbury? Why didn't we bring him in the building if that was Caleb's guy? If this Caleb team, you go get Caleb guy, the guy that knows him intimately inside very well. Let me be careful. No Diddy. You know what I'm saying? No, knows him very well. Why not bring him in and let him continue what they started together in Oklahoma and USC, and I don't want to say Waldron was the wrong hire, but some of that option on 4th and 1 make me question a lot of things after seeing that decision right there. That one decision, I could see if you had Justin Fields and you tried that, but Caleb, man,
that's
you don't, and then yeah. So to answer the question, I don't know, but it makes me wonder what Cliff Kingsbury would have did if he had that opportunity.
I definitely said the same thing about that play call. If you got Justin Fields, I understand it more. But Caleb is not a running quarterback. He looks to throw
Nah.
last as his running is his last option. Mike, who would you blame for the Bears' offensive woes? Would it be Caleb, offensive lineman, coaching? Who would you blame right now for what's going on with the Bears?
Well, first off, I know it's early, and then this is what you done for me lately type league, right? 1 minute, hey, you hire your horse, you lose a game, it's all hell breaking loose. You know what I'm saying? So I really don't want to overreact just yet. So it's just what, week 3.
Yes.
So like I said, come around week 7 or 8. If it's still looking the same, then I'm gonna have to blame the coaching and the offensive line coach, or maybe the talent gonna have to be reevaluated. But right now, you gonna have to roll with what you got.
Yeah.
So, I mean, unless you make a nice trade in the before the trade deadline, but ain't too many teams giving up their nice offensive linemen.
Facts.
So
Facts.
you're gonna have to, y'all gonna have to work on these guys. And so look, let's say this week they don't give up no sacks, they run the football good. Then now it's gonna be like, oh, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Because I know they're hearing the same thing. I listen to the sports radio ESPN 1000. They dogging the offensive line. They dogging the offensive coordinator. I mean the offensive line coach. So I know they hear this stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So uh I still would just give it a little bit of time. I know, what I'm saying, everybody want instant results right now, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So but I would give it a few more weeks.
Okay. Okay. Well, see, I think that's easy for him to say that because everything is kosher in Kansas City. You know what I'm saying? He's good out there. He ain't got problems. Well, they 3 and
I
0.
I
They
mean,
right
but you can
there.
only wait and see. I mean, you can't do nothing now. So we not at their practice. When they practice today, not gonna be at their practice tomorrow. So if we was there, every week, like a reporter, and maybe see exactly, what's going on at these at practicing, then maybe we'll get a better understanding. So we're gonna have to just wait till Sundays to see what the end result, with the product that they putting out there. And if it's continue to look like that,
Yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be a lot of it's gonna be a lot of changes um come the trade deadline or in the offseason.
All we can do is basically go off what we seen, and it's the 3 games that we seen. Um, a couple of comments I want to get to. Black Butterfly Pod says our issue is identity. We do not feature Komet enough. He's 6'6". We only started to move the ball only when he got touches. We need to work middle of the field. I was definitely on that
I
as well.
agree.
Cole Komet, you too much of him blocking. The max protection and him 1-on-1 against DNs terrible. Like once again, that's play calling. Black Butterfly Pod also said Richardson was awful. Coaches win game. Look at Darnold. Look at Justin now. Look at Packers without love. It's coaching. Blues better not lose the next 2 games. We cannot be 1-4, 2-5 with the schedule we have. These are winnable games. No excuses. Blues loses. He will be fired mid-season. Um, we got Miles Sauce checking in on YouTube. We the offensive coordinator from the movie Wildcats with Goldie Hawn. I think I just told my age. So uh, Mike, Mike said we got to give it some. We got to give it some time. It's only week 3. This is and all of that is true. But I want to get to what just happened this past Monday night. And we had Jayden Daniels shine in the 38-33 win over the Bengals. We got Steelers improve to 3-0 against the Chargers. Justin Fields is the QB. And so the question is starting to look like,
Thank
yo,
you.
did the Bears get it wrong again with the quarterback position? Jayden Daniels' stats was amazing against the Bengals, throwing bombs all over the place, looking comfortable. Like, like when I'm gonna go to my Bears fans first because we seeing this quarterback, and it was some people in the draft that said Jayden Daniels was the better quarterback. He just coming off a Heisman win, and some people said Jayden Daniels was the better quarterback. And then when you see the success that the Commanders are having 2-1 now, and he's balling like that, it makes you wonder, like, are the Bears just cursed with picking quarterbacks? Like, what is going on? I know it's still early, but when you see the success, Brian, what do you think of?
I think that if Jaden Daniels wouldn't have made it past week 1 behind this offensive line, as skinny as he is, so for that alone, I think we got the right quarterback. He's a little more stockier, but I think it might be too early to predict. And for me personally, when I was doing my draft evaluation of these quarterbacks, Caleb's tape just spoke to me a lot louder than the guy at LSU with all those weapons. You know what I'm saying? The guy who did it with less or the guy that did it with more. So I'm not knocking Jaden. He's looking really good. But what's the common denominator there is he got Cliff Kingsbury over there calling them plays and leaning on some of that LSU playbook to ease his transition to the NFL. But I'm riding with Caleb right now. So no, this is just the first quarter of the season. So I don't think we got it wrong, man.
Vic, you see Jayden Daniels performing like he performing. What's your thoughts?
Oh no, bro, we got it right, bro. We got it right. Um, even through all this, bro, I've seen some wow from Caleb Williams that I've never seen from Bears quarterback like throwing the middle of the field the way that dude was hitting that ball against Indianapolis. And I'm 50 years old, bro. And I'm telling you this, the way Shorty was throwing that ball to the middle of that field with that gas coming off his arm like that, with the accuracy, I've never seen that from a Bears quarterback consistently. I see one pull up, one out their butt here and there, but I'm talking about consistently can work the middle of the field. I think we got it right. Just get this man some protection and let him work. Period. We got him right, bro. We got a future cornerstone at quarterback. I'm already sold. Even with the bad that they play, even with his mistakes, I'm already sold on the kid. I'm
And that
sold.
and that's interesting because I remember, as Black Butterfly Pod says, let's go back to what was said, better than Mahomes, generational talent. We talked about this. I
I
don't think
don't care about
I
that.
don't think they were saying Caleb was better than Mahomes, but they definitely. And I remember, Vic, you was one of the ones like relax on that generational talent stuff or the Mahomes comparison. You was one of those, but I'm shocked to hear you say that you're sold at this point. That's very interesting. Um, Mike, looking at what Jayden Daniels is doing, did the Bears get it wrong or did they get it right? And Jayden Daniels is just going to be the better quarterback out of the two.
I just think he probably got a better offensive line. I really haven't looked at to Washington until Monday night. Really, you know what I'm saying? So, and I don't think they punted in that game. Like he was commanding that offense. He was sliding. He just looked comfortable out there. Now, will that happen next week? We don't know. Um, I would give it some time. I don't think they got it wrong just yet. Now, I will say, I thought they would have still kept Fields, right? You could still draft Caleb at one, and then did whatever else you had to do, regardless. I don't want to just go, but I thought they would have still kept Fields with all that talent that they brought in, let him work with that, and then let Caleb sit for a year, and then you have him going, until unless Fields had folded or whatever. So, but hey, that's over with. They ran with Williams. I think he'll be okay. It's really, man, it's really up to that offensive line, man, to step up. Cause like you can't get saved right now. The draft ain't here. The free agent's not here. You might be able to trade, but nobody's giving up linemen like that unless you going give up, some draft capital, which I don't think you want to do that right now. So they're gonna have to get in there and get them boys together. Like, let's go, man. Y'all gotta stand
Yeah,
up and let's go. So that's
yeah,
really what I think it is, man. Get that boy some time, what I'm saying? And block, man, y'all gotta get that running game going. You know what I'm saying? Y'all not being able to run the football right now.
running is terrible. Running is terrible.
Yeah.
I want to go
So
back to
like I said, I don't want to overreact. You know what I'm saying? I think you still got it right. I think Williams is a nice quarterback. Um, it's just protected, man. You got the linemen start stepping up, man. Start blocking, and then we'll go from there because he has the weapons to throw the ball to. So we know that's not the issue.
right. You talked about something about they could have kept Justin Fields and drafted him at number one. Now, I agree with you. I believe that could have happened, but the way the NFL works now is, oh, you can't have. It's so soft now. It's like, oh, you can't have those two quarterbacks in the same room. It's going to cause division, this, that. But this is my thing. If my job is on the line and it's about W's, I don't care about none of that. I'm keeping Fields, and if I want to bring, if I just got to play Justin Fields for 1 year and let him go, whatever the case may be, I'm dressing Justin Fields. Let's remember, the fans was yelling Justin Fields' name in the last home game. DJ Moore said, "I don't understand the fascination with these college quarterbacks. I don't think they can do what Justin Fields." He's saying all of this. He already built chemistry with Moore and Komet. Why would you break that up? And now he's 3-0 with Pittsburgh, balling out, getting better every week. And so, Brian, when you see Justin Fields 3-0 with the Steelers, and when I looked at the Steelers, I don't see them with the best offensive lineman as well. But I see a game plan that's working for their team. Brian, when you see Justin Fields, he's 3-0 now with the Steelers. What's your thoughts? And I know we are rooting for Justin Fields.
Yeah, it's bittersweet, man. It's bittersweet because that was my guy. I don't think I was ever happier for us drafting a quarterback than I was when we drafted Justin Fields. I have never been as excited as I was as a Bears fan when we just drafted Justin Fields, but seeing him succeed, in Pittsburgh validates me in believing in him all these years. I knew he had it in him. I knew he could. I knew he was a professional quarterback, and he's showing it again. It goes back to this organization that we rooting for. They don't. They seem to not. They mismanage the quarterback every time, and you put him in a system that they build around him, his strengths, and and he flourishes. No, he not never. He may never throw for 400 yards. He may never throw for 5 touchdowns in a game, but he gonna run for 180 and throw for another two. You add it up, he got 400 yards worth of offense. And as long as he keep protecting that ball, Justin is going to stay in the league a long time. So, like I said, it's bittersweet. I definitely, at first, I didn't think I didn't agree with what Mike was saying during the whole draft process. But seeing it now, Justin Fields, we 3-0 in Chicago if Justin Fields is here today.
Yes, and
We 3-0 in Chicago. You know what I mean? And so
this the thing. Pittsburgh got a good defense. We got a good defense. Why couldn't we do the same thing that Pittsburgh is doing with Justin Fields and that defense? Manage the game, don't turn the ball over, make a few plays here and there, and we got a good defense. Vic,
Well, I would think. I'm sorry. Go ahead. No,
go ahead.
I was gonna say real quick. I think it's just a culture out there in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh not getting pushed over, man. They just not every year. You know what I'm saying? They gonna get a defensive line. They're gonna have an offensive line. They not getting pushed over. It's an attitude type deal. They playing tough defense over there, controlling the clock, running the football. Making timely throws here and there. The
Right.
Bears are just not doing that right now. The offensive line is getting pushed around. If they start getting tough and and start pushing other people around, man, y'all can have the same results as Pittsburgh's having.
Before I get to you, Vic, everybody that's checking in, y'all make sure y'all share y'all live. Keep the comments coming. We will be posting the comments, comment on the comments, but share the live so y'all people can see it and they can comment. Before I get to you, Black Butterfly Pod says we were too scared to coach him. We didn't create the offense that fit him. Tomlin has bought in, and I'm happy for him. He looks comfortable. He looks way better. Vic, I want to get to you. Watching Justin Fields shine over there in Pittsburgh, 3-0. I know we all happy for him. What's your thoughts on what could have been in Chicago and what he's doing in Pittsburgh?
Man, definitely happy for the kid. First off, man, definitely happy. I'm gonna be rooting for him no matter where he go, unless he go to Green Bay. But yeah, I'll be rooting for the kid, bro. I'm happy for him, man. I always knew that. I mean, I said if they were gonna go ahead and trade him, then you draft Caleb. But I had no problem with them keeping Fields. I was pro Fields. I wanted him on the Bears. I wanted them to trade their number one pick for Hall. I'm on record as saying that, and I still feel that way. But when they decided to take a quarterback, it is what it is. But man, he's looked good, man, bro. He's taking care of the ball. That's what I'm most impressed about. It's not about numbers. It's about wins and L's in this league, bro. That's what I try to tell people. Like, oh man, our quarterback threw for 350 yards. They excited. We got something to build on. This is no knock at Caleb, bro. And I seen him make some wild throws, but still, I was not impressed with the numbers at the end of the game, bro. I wasn't.
Yeah.
Because he could be so much better. He could be so much more efficient. Yeah, I'm looking at efficiency. That was Justin Fields' knock. Oh man, he's not even throwing for that many yards, but he's still only competing like 61% of his passes. Well, he out here in Pittsburgh completing 70% of his passes through 3 weeks now.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? The offense is tailored to it. And I look at the yardage of some of those games. They called back a couple big 30, 40-yard plays on him in both games, where he could have had over like 250 yards passing each game. He could have been among the leading passes right now. He's one of the top rated, and he playing well, bro. That system fit him. Mike Tomlin coaching him up perfectly. Bro. Got confidence in him. Didn't just give him the job. Made him bring the best out of him. And then he still haven't even scratched the surface of what he's going to be in that offense, bro. He going to be nice, bro. They better watch out for him over there in that AFC North. They better watch out for Pittsburgh. Baltimore better watch out. Cincinnati already 3-0. 0-3, I mean, right?
Yep.
Yeah, 0-3.
Yep.
Come on. Baltimore only won. Baltimore 1-2, right?
Yeah, they won it too.
Yeah, Pittsburgh 3-0.
Yeah.
You know,
it's a good start. He's getting better and better. You can see the progression in the system.
And the scary part about that, not to cut y'all off, sorry, is he like a running back. He get better the more carries he get, the more touches he get big, he gets stronger in the fourth. Come the winter time, Justin and whoever they got running that ball, that's gonna be scary. That's gonna be scary to go against that. That's
You
gonna
know,
be tough. So
I think Najee Harris, they running back. I want to say Shorty like 3,000 yard seasons in a row to start his career or something. I
come
think they got
come
a good
on.
dog running back over there. Yeah, they got a dog over there.
Pittsburgh
Mm,
gonna be a tough out in the playoffs if the progression continues. I want to get a couple of comments in on Facebook. I just seen Back Butterfly Pod says I just seen Swift won't start and Roshan will start versus the Rams. Y'all check on that, see if that's confirmed. I haven't seen that yet. We got paper tags on YouTube says laugh out. Chicago did right to move off Justin. The jury's still out. Jury's out on your OC, and you should have got a veteran backup QB to mentor Justin. I don't know if
Man,
we.
hey, it's a lot of points that are right. I don't think nobody's wrong in this
mm-mm,
situation. You
mm.
Yeah.
start adding dubs to that column. I don't care if he threw for 100 yards. It's a win, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
you got to start getting wins in this league because you can do all the blame game, but at the same time, that offensive line need a wake up call. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to go around the NFL real quick and talk about a few of the stories. Uh, the Cowboys lose again to the Ravens 28-25, man. Only reason we talk about them is because they supposed to be quote unquote America's team, man. But they once again, man, they some frauds, man. When they play against above 500 teams or teams that's legit, they lose, and it's just I'm only reason we talk about them on here is because they quote unquote America's team. Any comments, Vic, on the Cowboys and they're losing?
Yeah, I mean they gonna be able to score some points, bro, but they can't cover, bro. They linebackers can't cover. They secondary, they get some few turnovers here and there, but that's what I just look at that team. They don't really have them dogs on defense. I'm looking at the Cowboys, Micah Parsons, and a cloud of smoke.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, they ain't got them dogs on defense, bro. I don't know, man. They better stop putting up 50 a game like they did last year and go on the road and try to outscore some teams because they don't have no dogs on defense at all. Like you got Micah Parsons, and that's it. That's it for the entire defense. That's it.
Mike, what's your thoughts about the Cowboys, man? They lost again, and they some frauds to me, bro. Like, what's
Hey,
your
hey, hey! In the words of Bubba Dub, trash.
trash,
Ah,
trash
your
can?
boy's trash, man.
Brian, any thoughts on the Cowboys, man?
Nah, man.
Nah,
Like,
I
hey,
mean,
man.
I didn't,
Oh,
I
you
didn't
said
feel
Vic, my
like
bad.
they didn't do anything in the off season, like zero. Like
Yeah,
all they did was pay that guy. I mean, that's good that you got your guys paid, but I mean, they didn't move up in the draft. They didn't pick up no free agents. Like they didn't do it. I mean, you should have really got that defense together after what Green Bay did to you. You was a top unit, so called, coming into the postseason.
yeah,
And what they put up, what did they put up? 30 points, and Green Bay scored what, 42 or something?
they put up a lot.
Or yeah, they put up
They,
a lot.
they
But
lost their last 3 games at home by blowout, giving up a lot of points to teams,
yeah,
over
and so
25
and so
points.
you get
And then
yeah, you
Jerry
giving
Jones
up
on
too
record
much.
saying he couldn't afford Derrick Henry. But that's why everybody wanted the Cowboys to sign him because they helped their running game to open it up. He didn't want to spend a little funky $10 million. That was crazy, bro. Like, I'm glad they trash, bro. I'm glad they trash. They fans obnoxious as I don't know what. And they spent all this money and they're going to be a loser and not make the playoffs. Boy, I'm going to love it.
Yeah,
I'm going to
yeah.
love it, boy.
I'm gonna get
And they better be careful tomorrow night.
Yeah, yeah. I want to get to the Vikings, man, because we talked about the Vikings on the last show, man. They just blew out the Houston Texans 34-7, and the defense is putting up some good numbers. Brian, I want to come to you first. They in the division, man. Before the season, I thought they was probably going to be picked to be last. That defense is playing lights out. Brian Flores got them boys playing. Sam Darnold and offense is doing their part. What do you think about the Vikings, man? And are you? I can't remember if you said they were frauds or not, but I said that I believed in. I thought that they can at least win 9 games, at least. What are your thoughts on
Mhm.
the Vikings as another week goes by?
So I don't know if I said they were frauds or not, but I didn't believe in them because I believed in us so much. But I know after seeing the stuff that they coach says in the locker room, I'd be ready to put on a Vikings jersey and go out there and hit something. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude is a dope coach. Then they got your boy Brian Flores calling them exotic plays. They got a good mixture, good culture up there. It's been like that for a while now, and I just think they got good pieces all across the board. They know what they're doing, and organizationally, I ain't saying they gonna win the North, but right now it's looking really good for them. But again, it's early. But they got that boy JJ over there. They got that boy Jet. He capable of putting up 200 on his own. So
Yeah.
all you got to do is defense do what they do. Hey, it might be a GG's. So I like them though. I like what they building over there, and the fact that they able to do it with a second string quarterback is even more impressive.
Hey man, they're gonna be a problem, man, because of that defense, man. Brian Flores is putting pressure on cats. He's calling great games. Like to blow out the Texans, man, that ain't nothing to sneeze at. Mike, when you look at the Vikings and what they've been able to do, bringing in Sam Darnold, even though they drafted JJ McCarthy, he gets injured. Sam Darnold steps in, and we remember Sam Darnold is a first round draft pick, and it seems like this change of scenery is working out for him. What are your thoughts about the Vikes?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. They actually, man, they playing some good ball. I think they had a good offseason. They did way more than the Cowboys did.
Yeah,
They had a great offseason. They picked up the running back, they picked up the defensive end, they drafted well, you know what I'm saying? But once McCarthy was down, it was kind of like, ah man, Sam Darnold ain't nothing. So it's what have you done for me lately? So of course he ain't done nothing, but he come in winning. Now it's like, oh, Sam Darnold, you might have picked him up on your fantasy squad now. You know what I'm saying? It's all about production and getting these dubs and what you doing for me lately. So Minnesota's on the right track. They got another tough game this week. I think they hosting the Packers this week, or they at Green Bay.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
one
they
of
had
them. So
Green Bay.
that yeah. That's gonna be a nice game right there.
The expectations, I think, because the expectations were so low for Sam Darnold, it was low expectations and it was no pressure, and so he's able to just go out
Yeah.
there and play with a good defense. I'm gonna come to you,
hmm
Vic. They in the division. We're gonna have to deal with this defense. What are your thoughts about the Vikes?
I mean, defense solid, bro, but we ain't giving their offensive line enough credit, bro. They've been out there balling, bro. I've been looking at them. They've been giving Darnold time back there like it's practice. I mean, their offensive line been holding up to Sidley where it is, bro. He's been a chance to go through his reads almost every time he dropped back.
Yeah,
And the defense on top of it is just the icing, what I'm saying? That's just the icing on the cake. They look at, I said they were fraudulent, but looking at them more, they keep winning. You can't help but give them credit for that. You can't help but give them credit for that. And they beating good teams. Texas, 40, didn't they beat the 49ers too?
49ers, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
wins.
So, yeah.
These are some good wins.
They
I do,
running the football. Aaron Jones, hey, Aaron Jones got some numbers out there this year.
yeah,
Yeah. He
yeah.
healthy.
I do want to get to the Seahawks. We didn't talk about them last week. They 3-0, but I looked at who they beat. Like all of their wins are suspect. These are some mediocre squads, but they are 3-0. You only can play who in front of you. But anybody believing in the Seahawks? Mike, do you believe in the Seahawks?
You know what? That's a hard question for me to answer because I haven't watched not one Seahawk game this year.
Right.
So
I
I really can't. I really can't say. I'm gonna have to tune in and check them out this year. Um, I think it's with Geno Smith. He's a journeyman quarterback. You know what I'm saying? He ain't really just been a star. You know what I'm saying? He's a serviceable quarterback. I know they got some weapons out there on offense that I do like.
yeah.
So we'll see though. You know what I'm saying? I haven't really studied their defense. Like I said, I haven't seen any Seattle games. I just kind of looked at the end results on ESPN or whatever. Like, oh, they won. Like, okay. So now I'm
Yeah.
gonna start paying attention to them this week.
So of course, I haven't seen a complete game, but I've seen, highlights of certain games, and I looked at who they played. So they beat the Broncos week 1, rookie quarterback Bo Nix. They beat the Patriots in overtime week 2. and then they beat depleted quarterback Dolphins team 24-3. So looking at those games, Vic, what do you think? You believing in the Seahawks contender or pretender?
Any other year, bro, I would say no. But I'm looking at the 49ers losing the way they have. And I'm looking at the Rams being injured the way they have. Now, if the Rams could win again, I don't want them to beat the Bears, but if the Rams are able to stay afloat till they get their wide receivers back, it could be a different story out there. But right now, bro, in that West, I mean, they 3-0. You got the other teams losing and injured. You can't help but buy into them right now. Because, I mean, even when they play those teams like DK, always put up numbers against the 49ers. Always.
Yeah.
Always put up numbers against the 49ers. I mean, they may have a 2 or 3 game lead in a few weeks. You never know. Like, I guess we'll get to what's going on with the 49ers in another segment. But that's just part of why I'm buying into them, because how bad the 49ers are playing right now. And they taking advantage of it and building up games to get that division lead good.
That's a good point. The fact that the division is not living up to what people thought they would be at the beginning of the season kind of validates Seattle, whether it's legit or not. I don't believe in them per se as they team, but because of the division, you have to. Brian, any thoughts on the Seahawks?
I just agree with both gentlemen. Definitely, what Vic said about the whole division was spot on. That's exactly what I was going to go with. They're in a good position. I like Arizona for some reason. I just like Marvin Harrison, and I like what they're doing. But other than that, I mean, those guys they've been good the last few years. They've been so it's only right for them to keep progressing. So we'll see what happens at the end of the year.
That division looked like it's going to be wide up all of a sudden when at the beginning of the season, the 49ers was heavily picked to come out of the NFC West, but with injuries and now that division looked like it's going to be up for grabs. I want to go move over to the last this other 3-0 team. The Bills destroyed Jaguars 47-10, man. And we talked about last week how Josh Allen, I think, has got to be front runner for MVP. But I want to ask, what is going on with the Jaguars, man? Because they looking terrible, bro. Like Trevor Lawrence and that offense. How you get beat 47-10 and just a season or two ago you were in the playoffs with a playoff win. Mike, I want to come to you first, man. What's going on with the Jaguars?
Trash. Hey, honestly, I never really liked Trevor Lawrence, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
Like him coming out, they always want to hype up that quarterback with that stature. They want to put him in, in the high hierarchy, but he hasn't proved it yet. He hasn't done anything. They surrounded him with weapons. I thought Doug Peterson was a great coach. You know what I'm saying? To maybe get him together, but I don't think he got it. That's just me. And now they 0-3. That's not a good place to be in the AFC.
No, it's not. And I remember him coming out like he was one of those highly touted quarterbacks.
Yeah, he was.
And all of that stuff.
I think he's a great college quarterback, but it didn't transition to the NFL. And then they paid. They didn't hesitate to pay him, and he hadn't done anything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I like Josh Allen, right? I know he hasn't beat Pat Mahomes. He hasn't, got to the Super Bowl. But, I mean, he's impacting the game enough to where I feel like, hey, I can pay this guy, right? He's my future. I don't see that with Trevor Lawrence, dog. That's just me. But they paid him because that's what you're supposed to do. Nowadays, whatever pay the guy. But, man, he's not it, bro.
Yeah, I hate when they just pay guys because that's the going rate and you gotta pay quarterbacks. Like I'm so sick of that. But Vic, when you look at the Jaguars, what's going on with them? Like what they supposed to be going in another direction. Like they supposed to be progressive. What do you think is going on with the Jaguars?
Trash. But yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? I've never been a Trevor Lawrence fan like that, bro. So Mike kind of stole the thunder from me. Like I never been a big fan. Like I saw some solidness out of him. He was good in college, yada yada yada. But I've seen that before. Like I just was never bought into the hyper dude. And now you see why. They overhyped. They don't have to. They ain't good. They not good.
And
they not good.
They shouldn't have got rid of Calvin Ridley as well.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Brian, any thoughts about the Jaguars?
Man, trash now, but no, yeah, they I like it's crazy. We all saying the same thing. I love Justin Fields coming out that draft. I didn't understand how Trevor Lawrence just jumped in front of him or stayed in front of him like that. So for them, for that, I've always had a root against type of thing for him. Like so it's no surprise to me that he isn't what they thought he was. And yeah, so and the Jaguars are they are who we thought they are. It's always been the Jaguars. So I don't expect anything different from them. A leopard don't change his stripes or spots. You know the saying. So I guess a Jaguar don't need it.
I want I want to ask you about the Bills, man, because they are looking better without Stephon Diggs. Like Josh Allen playing out of his mind. What are your thoughts about the Bills? Y'all might have to deal with them. I know you're not worried, but you're probably going to have to deal with them in the playoffs. What are your thoughts about the Bills?
Oh yeah, like I said, man, I feel like Josh Allen is that quarterback that will always could give us some problems, and he has. He just hadn't beat us in the playoffs. Um, everybody talked about him. They lost these receivers. They changed this, they changed that. They lost all these defensive players with cap casualties, and all they did was just be quiet. They drafted well again. They brought in some weapons, and then Josh Allen's that quarterback that could carry that team and make his guys better. And so I feel like that's what he did, and it's showing. You know what I'm saying? It's showing, and it's showing early. Nobody expected him to. Oh, you lost Stephon Diggs. You lost all this defense. You lost Micah Hyde. And you lost all these guys. And all they did was just replenish these guys. That defense playing lights out too. I think we got them like week 8 or 9 up there in Buffalo, so that should be a pretty good game. Um, I just like what Josh Allen. I think he's the front runner in the MVP race right now.
For sure.
Because he's doing it with less, right? But what's less to us? It might not be a superstar, right? You
Yeah.
look at Pat Mahomes did it with less, so it's like it's about buying into the guys that you have in your building and making it work, and he's doing that.
He's balling out, man. I'm shocked. I can't believe it. I thought, like, man, it's gonna be a tough sledding for the Bills this year, man. Stephon Diggs, you got a whole bunch of random wide receivers out there. I'm like, but
But it
credit,
really, my bad, it really ain't no Rudy Pools. Though. I mean, they got Kincaid, they got Knox at tight end. They
yeah.
didn't get up Terry McLaurin. He ain't just bad.
Terry McLaurin in Washington. Terry McLaurin in Washington, but he got Shakur, the wide receiver Shakur. I think they got a rookie Coleman. But
Yeah, Coleman.
they ain't got no
Keon
household.
Coleman out of Florida State. Yeah.
They ain't got
No,
no
hold
house.
on. Who did that? What was that other receiver that they picked up? Not McLaurin. Hold on. Didn't they pick up somebody in the offseason? I know they got Valdez Scanley, but not him. It
Yes, they
was
got.
another receiver. Who'd you say the other receiver was?
I
They
know they got.
drafted Keon Coleman.
Yeah, I'm talking about but a veteran.
I don't think.
Shakur. They got Shakur.
Yes. Okay. All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I'm saying that none of them is no household names, man. But hey, Vic, what do you think about the Bills? What's going on and how they balling
Hey,
right now?
bro. I was like, I always said Josh Allen was good, but I thought they were overhyping him previous to now.
Yeah.
I'm going to say now he is finally living up to that hype that they putting on him. Now, what they saying he was last year, he's that now. He's finally that now because they had put that on him and he really wasn't there yet. But he's there now. He's there now, like bro balling. He's there.
When you can uplift your team, this is what I'm talking about when it comes to coaching or when it comes to certain quarterbacks being able to uplift your team. Like, man, that's where it puts you in another level. Brian, what do you think about Josh Allen and what he's been able to do with the Bills with the talent that he's got around him?
Oh yeah, man. He's a multiplier. He makes those around him better. Stephon Diggs was probably, people come in your life for a season or a reason or a lifetime, and maybe Stephon was just there for a season. He wasn't a lifetime partner for him in this NFL world. And what he's able to do with these pieces just shows his talent, and I like his skill set. So what I was trying to say was maybe having that dominant number one might have been the blockage in this game, just having to get the ball to a diva wide receiver like Stephon Diggs. Now he's free to distribute at his pleasure, at his discretion, and he's blossoming. He looks even better. So the sky's the limit for him. But I do think he is that Peyton Manning to Tom Brady when it comes to Patrick Mahomes. You good in the wrong division at the wrong time, bro. Because you'll never get out of that AFC Championship game. You know what I'm saying? You'll never, as long as dude still in Kansas City. But right now he balling and he deserves everything that they all the praise he getting.
That's a great point that you made about the wide receiver, the diva wide receiver, because we all know that they're gonna come at you like, man, I need the ball. You gotta give me the ball. You gotta give me the ball. And now, like you say, without that in his ear, ain't no other receiver gonna got validation to come to him and say you have to feed me the ball. He can say,
Mhm.
I'm the man in this offense. Y'all gonna go by my how I feel, how I'm gonna distribute the ball is gonna be on me because y'all don't have the pedigree to demand the ball like a Stephon Diggs. So that's a great point, man. I do want to move on to a MLB story that I thought was interesting, man. I just want to know y'all opinion about this. Uh, the Pittsburgh Pirates released first baseman Rowdy Tellez 4 at bats before a $200,000 bonus, and
That's crazy.
and I just wanted to know, were the Pittsburgh Pirates wrong? And I think what happens is when it comes to stories like this, it's like, man, listen, this is y'all got a big organization, y'all got plenty of money. Why not let this man get the 200K bonus? He's not making the type of money that the owner is making. Why not do it? But Brian, I want to come to you first, man. When you see a story like this, man, were the Pittsburgh Pirates wrong for releasing him 4 at bats before the 200
Uh,
bonus?
uh, Contractually, no, they were well within their rights to exercise that little loophole in the contract. But when you talk about petty, man, you could have released me 100 bats ago, bro. You did not have to wait till I got four left.
Yeah.
Man, you're gonna need security to get me up out of here at this point. Now, I'm gonna get 4 at bats. It's gonna be the owner, the general manager, the assistant GM. Y'all gonna get some hits on y'all ass. But yeah, they wrong for that, man. They didn't have to do that guy like that. And that's an MLB veteran. I've seen his name in the league for years.
Yeah.
You 200,000 and y'all paying these men 100 million a season to play. You really did that? Y'all wrong. But they better wake up because if they could do that to somebody like that, imagine what they'll do to the next man. So they better be careful over there in MLB.
And this the
Yeah.
thing. This the thing, like, bro, they already out of the playoff picture. There's no incentive. Like, why y'all doing? I'm like, why y'all doing this to me, man? We out
Man,
of
that's
the playoffs.
petty.
Hey,
There's
bro,
no.
you know why though, man? Pittsburgh
It
is
got
cheap,
to be
bro.
an
That's a small
organization type
market.
deal.
Yeah. That's
Go
a
ahead.
small market down there, bro. They being cheapskates. They being the Pittsburgh Pirates, bro. This is what they do. You let Barry Bonds walk away for nothing. You don't even trade him back in the day. You let him walk to the Giants for nothing. You let Bobby Bonilla walk to the Giants for nothing. I mean, to the Mets for nothing at that time. Like, they the Pittsburgh Pirates. This is what they do. If you ever followed this franchise, this is what they do. They are a small market. They try to pop up and win with the guys they draft. They hope they come to the major leagues and they can win something every blue moon. And every 15 years they'll make the playoffs, and then they're stuck again for the next 40 because they the Pittsburgh Pirates, bro. Long as they keep trying to be cheap and do stuff like this, ain't nothing good gonna happen for them.
Yeah, I believe free agents and people are looking around and seeing this story. They be like, oh, okay, I ain't going there. Mike, you in the baseball with your Royals and things. Like when you see a
Hey, let's go, baby. They won today 3-0. You know what I'm talking about?
when you,
We right in that thing.
when you see a story like this, man, what comes to mind? What are your thoughts?
Man, I was like, man, that organization is terrible. Like you said, man, doesn't nobody want to go there in the off season. Reason why I say the organization because last year, Chief star defensive tackle Chris Jones needed a sack to get 1.5 or two something $1 million in his contract, and they let him get it.
Right.
They only let him come in on like third down. Andy say, "Hey, this is your down. Come on in." And after that, he was sitting down. They let him go. Then like the fourth quarter count that he got it, like maybe the start of the third or fourth quarter. As soon as he got that stack, they got him out of there. Man, let him get his 4 at bats, man, and pay that man, man.
That was dirty.
That's crazy.
That was good.
He
Yeah, so
gonna
like you
he
say,
gonna be a
man, the
meme.
off season, them free agents gonna look at that like, man, I'm not going to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, yeah, and then
Yeah, Brian, I'm with you, bro. They'd have to call 5-0 to get me up out of there, bro. On everything. On everything, bro. They had to call the police. I'm going off of it on somebody, bro. On
For
everything.
sure, for sure,
Straight
for
up.
sure, man. Hey, I'm telling you, you gonna be a meme. Like if I send you this, you know you got 4 at bats. You on thin ice.
hey, hey, if I'm a free agent, I'm like, yo, I don't want no incentives in my contract because y'all don't live up to them anyway, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have cut me off before I'm able to get there anyway, so I want no incentives.
Man,
But Brian,
none.
great point, bro. Like they got the right one, dog. They not trying this with no hood dude, like no black hood dude. Like, bro, they gonna definitely have to call security, bro. Cause
For
like,
real.
imagine what a Albert Bell back in the day. They try to do this to Albert Bell or somebody, man, or
Come on.
Perez. Bro, it's going
Or Milton Bradley. Boy,
on.
it's
Oh
going
my
up. Boy, on
God.
everything. It's going up, boy.
Uh.
Milton Bradley, bro. Milton Bradley, he's sending it up for sure.
He's
Yes.
sending it up.
Yes.
That's gonna be a news story because he's sending it up for sure.
Yes. Yes.
So I just wanted to get that story. I thought it was a real interesting story, man. We got a couple things I want to get to. I do want to get to my scripture today. It's Philippians 4:4, 4-9. This was at my last church service that I went to. This was the scripture that I was going through. I'm gonna read it real quick. It says, Philippians 4:4 says, "Rejoice in the Lord always." Again, I would say rejoice. Let your gentleness be known to everyone. The Lord is near. Do not worry about anything, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be known to God, and the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. The sermon was called uh "Do Not Worry," or "You Don't Have to Worry." Let me look at my notes real quick so I can get it right. It was called "You Don't Have to Worry," and so he was really keying in on in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your request be made known to God. Do not worry about anything. And so he said, if you are worrying about anything, it's a sign that you might need to pray. It's a sign that you might need to pray. And so this is the scripture that says, do not worry about anything, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be known to God, and the peace of God which surpasses understanding. That's the first part. And the second part is Philippians 8:9. It says, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. Whatever you have learned or received or heard from me or seen in me, put it into practice, and the God of peace will be with you. So we got two scriptures that talk about peace, the peace of God. And so this is for people who are worrying about certain things. This one right here, if you're worrying about anything, it's a sign that you might need to pray. And so whatever you're worrying about, just bring it to God, and it's saying the peace of God will come and help you out with that. And also the second part, think about certain things that will actually put your mind at peace as well. These things in the Bible says think about these things, and the God of peace will be with you. So uh, do not worry about, do not be anxious or worry about certain things. Just bring it to God in prayer, and then focus your mind on certain things, and the peace of God will help you with that as well. So that was the message. If you're worrying about anything, that is it. I also have a day in the life of Al. This happened to me. I want to know, what do y'all do? I forgot this guy's name. He was on a different shift from mine. I forgot his name. I know his name, but I had a brain freeze. I couldn't remember his name. And so I went to the Old Faithful. I said, bro. When I forget somebody's name, I just go to bro. And so my question is, what do you do when you forget somebody's name? You might know the person, or maybe you don't know the person. What are words you use when you don't know somebody's name or you forgot somebody's name? Mike, it's
Family. What up, fam?
fam is yours, Vic. Mike, what you do, man, if you forget somebody's name?
Well, I think it's the level of like if I'm gonna continue to talk to you more and more, you know what I'm saying? Exchange
Yeah,
numbers. I'll be like, hey, bro, what's your name again? I forgot it. But if it's just I'm gonna see you here or
yeah,
there sporadically, hey, bro, what's up, baby? You know what I'm saying? How you doing? You know what I'm saying? They just keep it moving. And then if I hear somebody say it, I be like, oh, that's it. I remember his name.
yeah, yeah.
But if I'm a rock with you, keep rock with you, I'll ask, man. Hey, bro, I forgot your name, man. What is it?
Yeah.
Get
Brian,
get it over with.
right.
Mhm.
Name, Brian. What you do, man? You forgot somebody's name. What you doing?
Yeah, I'm playing it off like I'm on the bro side of things too, man. I ain't gonna lie. I
Yeah,
might and I ain't gonna even lie to you. I might even ask the person next to you a couple days later, man, what's Sam's name over there with the woo woo? You know,
Right, right.
I might even do one of them, but definitely gonna bro you to death, man. You gonna be bro till I find out. I ain't gonna lie to you. You
so
gonna be bro till I find out.
so with me, it was crazy because I'm riding down, I'm driving down on a forklift, and then I see him, and I'm like, yo, what is go? He's like, hey, what's up? I think he called me by my name, and I was like, oh, what up?
Bro.
What up, bro? He's like, you forgot my name? And then we stood there for like 10 seconds. And then I call him Matty Ice. His name is Matt. I was like, Matty Ice, 10 seconds later. But I went with the bro because it was like I was stuck. Like I couldn't remember. So I just said bro. But I was like, man, it came to me. But like I definitely go with bro on a regular basis when I forget somebody's name or don't know. And I just thought that was interesting because I know other people do it. I ain't the only one. I know
Hey,
it.
that just happened to me.
Man, there's so many people at the gig, bro. It's so many people at the gig. They we friends on Facebook, but they use some old alias name, and then I don't know their real name at the plant. I just know they work there. I be like, hey, what up, bro? What up, fam? Like, I just keep it moving. I'm not about to call you some Facebook name like Reese the Shooter, bro. I'm not about to dress you as no Reese the Shooter, bro. Like, no, bro. You bro to me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you bro to me, dog.
Delicious. Call him a delicious.
That's another thing. So when somebody do have a nickname and you only see their nickname, what you calling them? Because like so, this one guy I call him Reese. And he got a nickname, but I just call him Reese. What y'all calling the guys who y'all just know by nickname?
Yeah, I gotta call you your nickname. It just depends on your nickname. And I don't like calling grown men like poop. I don't like that. I call you if I unless it's certain ones it's cool. That's them. I don't know your name, but if I know your name, I'm gonna call you something
And it's
other
so
than
crazy. That's part of my nickname, and they're like the only people that call me that are like 70 years or older. Like my moms, my
come
uncles.
on.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like my cousins don't even call me that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they're
Yeah.
men. Yeah, they
That's a
don't even call me.
family. At the end of the day, that's a family name.
Yeah,
And they ain't gonna walk up to you on the street. What's up, boo boo? That's
right. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I don't have no problem with people calling me Victor. That's my name. You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't get to call me by my nickname. I'm Vic. You know what I'm saying?
Mike,
Yeah.
what you calling people with nicknames, bro?
Yeah, I'll call you a nickname if that's what it is. But like I said, it just all depends on, I gotta know your other name too, your real name. Then I kind of differentiate, how I'm a rock with you that day. You know what I'm saying?
Already.
Yeah,
Already.
literally, bro. We very rarely call you Mike. Every blue moon we'll call you Mike, but we hitting you with the KC.
AC all day.
Right, right.
Yeah.
And then like I said, the how I came up with that was when I first got to Ford, it was 5 dudes named Mike in my area. So every time somebody said Mike, I'm like this.
Yeah.
They ain't even talking to me. I just got there. So I was like, man, just call me KC, and it just stuck.
Yeah. Well, we about to get ready to get up out of here, man. Everybody that's watching, you remember you can send stars, supporting the show by sending stars. The subscribers is going up. Continue to subscribe. Tell the people to subscribe. Follow us on Facebook, IG, TikTok. We on Spotify, podcast on Spotify. Merch always available. Once again, appreciate y'all joining in, man.
Thanks for having me, bro.
Already, we gonna catch y'all next week. We out.
Peace.